Hi everybody, Bob with Knivestown here. Today we're going to take a look at Emerson Mini Commander knives. These Mini Commanders are hugely popular, as is all of the Mini series that Emerson puts out, like for example the Mini CQC15. Can't keep it in stock. These Mini Commanders are just the very same. Everybody wants one, and they're popular for a good reason. Comes in the Emerson box. #1 hard-use knives in the world. And made in the USA. That's good to see. You can see they're, despite the name Mini, you know, they're not tiny knives. I mean, these are still good-sized knives. You know, I mean, that's a full hand of knife. Technical specs here, that's a 3.4 inch blade, so the blade is a little bit shorter than the full-size version. The steel is 154 cm, it's the very same steel as the large version. The thickness of these blades, now here's an interesting point. Emerson doesn't pare down on the thicknesses of the knife when they do a mini version of it. The blade is 0.125 inches thick, which is the very same thickness as the full-size version. And the same thing with the handle and the liners. I mean, the G10. The G10 is the same thickness. It's not a thinner G10, and the liner is the same thickness as well. You know, I mean, it's just because it's a mini version, you're still getting the full beef. What you've got though is a little bit shortened blade here, so when you carry it, you know, it makes a little bit more compact package to carry, and for just personal use, you know, a lot of people believe that this size is just right, and I can't argue with them. It feels good. It's a good usable size. Yeah. Now, taking a look at some of the differences here, this blade is, as you can see, is a plain edge, and it comes that way with a V grind, as Emerson calls it, or some may know this as a saber grind. It's a flat grind that begins about halfway down the blade, and you can get this knife as you see them with these black blades, or you can get them with a satin finish blade. And of course, like I said, you can also get it in a serrated version, and there you get a good look at those serrations. It's 2 smalls and a large, which of course, as you know, is the best serration pattern. V-ground blades. The handle is G10, and it's got a fine checkering on it. As you can see there, that gives good grip. It's a good tacky feeling. The liner lock is titanium, and it's got jimping on it there for good traction. Take a look at the size of the pivot screw. Look at that. That's a large pivot screw, and you know what that does. A large pivot screw will make for a very wiggle-free action. You know, I mean, if you've got a wide, large screw like that, that's going to hold the blade very securely. You're not going to get any side to side or wiggle like this. That makes a very wobble-free. Absolutely nothing there. No blade play whatsoever. The lockup is strong and tight. You've got jimping at the rear there for that's kind of your pinky ramp right there, where that would fall. And then there is a lanyard hole. The pocket clip is removable. but not swappable. It is right-hand carry. Tip up right-hand carry, that's just the way Emerson makes it. You've got jimping on the top there for your thumb. It's very good. And then you've got this spur here, which as you know is the wave opening feature, and it's a speed opener. As you draw that quickly from your pocket, this hooks on the edge of your pants, you know, and when opened with speed, you just draw it open and it opens in one motion. That's the wave feature. And then when it's open, it makes a very good thumb ramp. And you've got the finger choil here, so you've got a hilt, you know, that you've got your good protection. You've got a good ramp stop there for your fingers when if you're going to be piercing, you know, that your hand you've got a good blockage there for your hand to hold off and not slip onto the blade. Good grip there in the back. Can be gripped either way, very comfortably, feels very natural. One thing I like about these Emerson knives is the thumb disc. In my opinion, a thumb disc, or in some cases a thumb ramp, like the way Cold Steel uses, it just beats a thumb stud every time. I just prefer it personally. I think that the disc or the thumb ramp, as Cold Steel uses, it just gives you better purchase. Now you can see this is knurled. But you just, you know, I just seem to me anyway, I seem to be able to get a better grip on that, and I can get that open faster. I've never slipped off of a thumb disc, where occasionally your thumb might slip off of a thumb stud, particularly the ones where they polish them, you know, and then they make them sort of cone shaped, where it as it comes out it gets smaller. So that I've had my thumb slip off those occasionally, but a thumb disc or thumb ramp, always for sure. It's got a great action, and you can adjust the action here with the pivot screw. You know, I mean, it comes from the factory very tight. You can loosen that up if you want. You can make these so that they can just flip out, just flick out. The blade's got a nice recurve to it, and when you put those serrations down there in that recurve portion, wow, you're really getting some cutting power there. The plain edge, it's got that recurve back there also. You know, and you put something back there at the back of that blade and then power through it, you're going to get a good power cut. The tip is good for piercing. It's very sharp. You've got good belly here for draw cuts, and boy, oh boy, that's a sharp blade. That's a real sharp blade. The pocket clip. It's a strong one. It's wide, and look how wide that is. That's a strong one. Wow, good and tight. It's really tight. Once you've got that clipped on, you know that knife is secure. Feels good in the hand. Yeah, that's the Emerson Mini Commander. Great little everyday carry knife. Absolutely tough as nails. Emerson quality. Can't beat it. All right, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you again.